Hi everybody, Gabe here, and I am in the middle of my commute to work, attempting to make my final vlog of the season, Motovlog anyway of the season. It is very cold. I am wearing ski gloves because it is too cold for normal gloves. I am commuting to work late, ignore the time please. I'm not going to worry about that. And yeah, I'm going to try to make a vlog. I don't have a single topic, so it's hard. I'm already kind of scatterbrained, and I have multiple topics. I just recorded one attempt, but I'm going to do a second one because maybe I won't like that first one, and I don't think I'm going to get another shot this year. I hope my battery is going to stand up to 2 attempts on my GoPro, but it should. So here we go. The first thing I want to talk about is that I still didn't make the Guest Busy video, and I know it. And I'm going to be honest, I'm probably not going to make it because 2 reasons. The first one is the trip. I only really had the first half of the trip because of the weather. It just rained out the whole second half. I spent an entire day just riding soaking wet in the rain around the Guest Busy Peninsula. You couldn't see anything. My camera was in my bag because I didn't want to get it filthy, but I mean, it would have just been totally filthy and useless, frankly. Other than that, the other problem. Sorry, I'm trying to check my exit here. Is it here? Yeah, 19. This is what I want. Sorry, I don't have GPS or anything today. Okay. So and I go by a different route every day, so I haven't memorized them all yet because I'm only working in the office once in a while, and I still only moved a few months ago. So yeah, I'm still getting used to the North Shore highways and stuff. Okay, so. The other reason why that I probably won't make the video is that the footage I do have wasn't really well thought out. So this is the kind of crux of the thing. I learned that if you're going to make a video about a trip, you need to plan. You need to think, what am I going to film? When am I going to film it? You need to think about getting the shot. This might all sound like pretty basic stuff, especially if you're used to making videos, but other than these vlogs, I've never made videos before. So it's not something I really had the instinct to think about the way I would for a lot of other stuff. So I just kind of went on the trip and thought I would film it, but I was focused on the trip, and filming was like a very secondary thing. Whereas I think if I would want to make a good video, it would be the other way around. I would be focused on filming. I would have to go back and re-get shots and think about all the shots I want to get and make sure I get everything. And I would have to think about the structure of what I want the video to be before I start filming. This is critically important. I should know this because in other aspects of my life, like my work and stuff, you know, you have to plan before you execute. This is pretty normal stuff. I don't know why I thought I could just wing it for the video, but yeah, it's obviously not going to work out so well. So what I think I might end up doing with some of the good footage that I did get from the first day or 2 of the trip is I might use it and just use it for voiceovers during the winter. I'll record an alternate voiceover to just talk about a topic, and it'll be some footage because it's nice footage, some of it. It's really, the problem with it is just that it doesn't make a coherent story because it's not really well thought out. So you want to make a 15 to 25 minute trip video, but like it's gonna be very repetitive or kind of all over the place. So yeah, I learned I need to plan more, and I need to think if I want to take a motorcycle trip with the purpose of filming, or if I want to take a motorcycle trip with the purpose of riding, and you know, then in that case the filming is going to be pretty secondary, which is what happened. So that's the first thing. Second topic is, other than that, what to talk about or do over the winter. Well, I don't have much. I have a couple more mods to make to the bike, but they're really small. I have turn signal indicators, LED ones to install. I've been procrastinating on fixing the 3D printed brackets that I need to use to mount them because of the weird shape of the Yamaha indicators. I've got some from I think like a FJ09 or something, a schematic for a CAD drawing for those brackets from some guy on Thingiverse, which is like a 3D printing GitHub. But the hole for the turn signal doesn't fit my turn signal. So the bracket fits the bike, no problem, but the turn signals don't fit. So because of that, I have to adjust. the hole size basically is too big. I need to make it smaller. I don't really know how to do that and manipulate the CAD drawing, so I need to learn. That's something I want to learn over the winter anyway, just as a general rule. I bought the 3D printer now that I have a house to put it in. I always wanted one, but like I'm only really able to print other people's stuff right now, which is kind of lame. So I definitely, please no traffic here, sorry. Yeah, I definitely want to learn that. So other than that, I have some crash protection to install on the bike, engine guards, which I didn't install yet. I know I've ridden like 4,000 kilometers and I didn't put anything on it, but hey, better late than never. In this case, I just didn't get around to doing it. It's a bolt-on thing. It's going to take an hour. I just didn't get along to getting around to it yet. Oh, there's totally going to be traffic here. I want to hug the right lane and then turn down there, but because it's faster if there's no traffic here. Because I don't like going straight across this bridge and then it's not that bad. It's just this truck that's making it seem worse than it is. It's not that bad. Because if I go straight, I can get to my office too. But there's a lot more like stop signs and lights and stuff. All right, buddy, go ahead. And this way is nicer when there's not a massive traffic jam of people trying to turn right. But it's not so bad looking today, so we'll go for it. We're in the city now. I'm in Montreal. Finally got out of the suburbs. It took pretty long. I left at I don't know, 10 to 9 or 10 to 10 or something, and it's 10:25. So 35 minutes to get here. Probably another 10 or 15 to get to the office. I'm not gonna film all the way to the office because I like you guys, but I don't want you to know where I work. So I'll cut it off before then. But yeah, all the way at the light. Look at that. Can't turn right on red on the island of Montreal, but this light has a little green arrow, so you can. Not now though. The truck went, but not me. Yeah. Whole island of Montreal, interdiction from turning right on red. It used to be the entire province of Quebec, but 10 years, 15 years ago, they changed it. Now you can turn right on red anywhere except for the island of Montreal, or where there's a sign. In other places, there's often signs telling you can't do it. It's a weird thing here. But now, finally, outside of the island, the default is you're allowed, whereas the default on the island is you're not allowed. And see, the actual traffic light will have a little green arrow at some point in its cycle saying, I can turn right. It's just it's not on yet because it's not my turn. So this is northern Montreal, and I kind of work in a little further south from here. This is a little east, but not much. Like, I'm pretty close on the east-west axis of where I work, but not quite on the north-south. So it's actually not too bad. I did the long highway part already, so we're just going to go through here, and it won't be too long to get to the office. More construction, my favorite. Okay. So yeah, guest PC video, mods for the bike. Oh, one thing I wanted to say for mods for the bike is every year around January, usually maybe February sometimes, I get the itch for motorcycling. It's been a few months since I've ridden because we can't ride in the winter, and you know I really want to ride. I really get the craving, if you will. Come on, white car, what are you doing? All right. 90% sure he was going to cut in front of me at the last second. I get that craving, you know, every year. Like, yeah, like I sound like a crack addict, I realize, but that's how it is. And I can't ride the bike for months, and I'm like, man, really thinking about it. I don't know if it's going to be better or worse this year because I'm going to be able to look at my bike in the garage, but not ride it. That kind of hurts. Whereas before, it would be bundled up in somebody else's garage or shed, and it would be out of sight, out of mind a little bit. So we'll see how that goes this year. This is a fun place to turn left, but it will blink for a few seconds at the end of its cycle, so if I really don't get another shot at it, I'm just going to go. This guy just needs to speed up just a little bit, and here we go. Yeah. It's going to be rough. So what I'm hoping is when the craving hits me, that's when I'll do the modifications to the bike, so I'll be able to like work with it a little, and maybe that'll help assuage things a little bit. I don't know, because again, like, can't ride. Looking at the bike and fiddling with nut bolts on it and stuff, I don't know. It reminds me, I do have a third thing to do to it. I have to fix this USB thing. I don't know if it's the actual USB. I still haven't looked at it. I haven't needed it since I haven't been, like I mentioned, I haven't been riding that much. And when I have been riding, it's been like commuting where I basically know the way. more or less, if I look at the signs. I'm not going to get too lost commuting to work. Hopefully that would be embarrassing. I've worked at the same place for like 5 years. I didn't live in the same place, but like, you know, I know the city pretty well. So, yeah, I got to fix this USB thing so that for next year, I do like having it. I do like having the phone and the GPS and all that. Been trying to use apps like Rever to kind of do trip planning and like ride planning, and then use the GPS so I could go to places I'm not familiar with, like outside of the city. But yeah, I don't know if it's the wiring that's messed up or if it's the actual USB connector. I kind of suspect it's the USB connector. I had a quick look at the wiring and it didn't look like it. It's not like the solder came apart or anything like that. It looks I didn't test it, but it looks visually fine. Whereas the little USB thing, I don't know. It was really cheap on Amazon. I might spend a little more and get a slightly better one if I do it again. If I try this thing, there's not a lot of place to mount it, so I got that one because it's small. But I'll figure something out. Maybe I'll just leave it down here and then just run the wire. I don't know. Haven't figured it out yet. So, other topics. There's a bike show every year in February in Montreal. I will probably go this year because it's the first time in 2 years they're having it. They didn't have it in 2020 or 2021 because of the pandemic. Or they might have had it in 2020 actually, because the pandemic didn't really hit until March, and the bike show is usually in February. So I don't remember if they had it. I didn't go though. I usually go, but I guess I skipped that year. Or maybe it was canceled because of the pandemic. Like by late February, we kind of knew there was a pandemic, and we just weren't sure what was going to happen. But people were definitely talking about it constantly, right? So we knew about China. I mean, I heard about it in January. We're hearing about this virus, SARS-CoV, whatever the full name is. So it's possible that it was just canceled. Anyway, it was definitely canceled in 2021. And it's supposed to be on for 2022 according to their website. So that's end of February 2022. I'll go. I probably won't film because you can't really film the bikes. There's constantly people on them, in front of them. You're just going to be filming strangers. There's legalities about that. And I don't know, the whole pretend journalist thing, talking to myself and like holding a selfie stick and GoPro. I'm probably not going to do that. I don't think it'll be that beneficial, frankly. So yeah, I think that I will go, and I'll talk about it after. Other than that, I might make some non-motorcycle related content over the winter. I have some stuff I've been thinking about, but I'm gonna make a second channel like North Star Misc or something like that to do that on. I'm not gonna put non-motorcycle content on this channel. I want to have. I'm not a very focused person a lot of times, so I want to try to have some focus here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my plan. I know this is kind of a boring vlog because it's me commuting to work. There's a reason I haven't done this before. My commute is not that exciting. You get a little bit of the city of Montreal here at least, but in the fall, there's still colors on the leaves before they all fall down in a week or two. It's not so bad. But, you know, not exactly the most exciting roads of all time, right? So, yeah. By the way, ski gloves work okay if you live with the fact that they're a little harder to use the controls on for the first few minutes, especially if the XSR 900 has one thing about it that kind of annoys me. It's that it has this tiny little turn signal indicator button, and it's next to the pretty small little horn button. So not only do you accidentally hit the horn when you're trying to turn signal, which is embarrassing, and then the car in front of you thinks that you're mad for whatever reason, and you're not, because you just suck at turn signaling. But I don't know. I've always, even with my leather gloves, like made for motorcycling, I find it's awkward to use. But with these like not curved properly gloves, I find it's worse. But other than that, my fingers don't feel like they're gonna fall off, which is really what the objective was, and I would say it succeeded beyond expectations at that. Even though I kind of knew it would, because there's ski gloves I wear in minus 15 for skiing when it's like minus 15 outside. It's like 6 or 7 degrees probably by now, air temp. Even at speed, I mean, it's not as bad as minus 15. So, yeah, they work. They're ski gloves. Not protective if you crash for sure, but hey, functional to keep you from freezing to death. So that's always nice. So on that note, I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. You can expect that there will not be a lot of bike content from me between now and April. There'll be some. I'll try to make some, but you can expect that it's not going to be like every week or two. I know I haven't exactly kept to that schedule anyway, but it will be worse. Whereas stick around till April, and there'll be some content coming out. So maybe I'll see you back in April. In the meantime, if you live somewhere where you can keep riding, well, enjoy your riding. If you're like me and you live somewhere where riding season is rapidly coming to a close, then I hope you will get through your winter well. I hope you'll find something to do for the winter. And we'll see you next year. So, on that note, peace.